say you don't know. You saw the video. Lauren doesn't know. I think Davienne knows in her mind what Paris is all about, but we'll, like you said, time will tell.
Davienne's been around the block. She knows not to trust every person's word. We'll see exactly what happens with Paris. Now Nahir just focused completely on trying to find victory in this contest.
Collar and elbow tie-up, and, you know, Davienne has a strength advantage over a lot of people that she goes one-on-one with. So I don't know if Nahir wants to go the route of power, but she has some power herself, but that was a cheap shot to the back of the head, no?
Yeah, definitely a cheap shot. I think she's more focused on victory than doing things in a correct fashion. In Puerto Rico, Nahir is accustomed to being one of the larger women inside her division there, and she actively utilizes that strength very well. When someone's bigger or stronger, though, it can have a negative effect on her game plan.
And now Davienne raining down those shots, and Davienne firing up this crowd here at the White Eagle as we are 1 week away from real as it gets. And I know that you, especially being so close to Sammy Diaz, is your stomach starting to tighten a little bit?
You know, the main thing the main thing I'm focused on is prayer. Because if you're busy worrying, you're not praying. I'm just praying for Sammy. I'm not focused on me. I'm not focused on how I feel, how Tyree feels, how Ichiban feels. Right now, we're trying to focus on Sammy Diaz and support him as best as we can as he faces the biggest challenge of his time thus far here at the Wrestling Open.
And there is a hip attack in the corner from Nahir. Big splash makes the cover. And you're going to have to support Sammy in a big way because tonight's main event, he teams with Ichiban and Lucas Chase against TJ Crawford, Love Doug, and Julio Cruz with Big Bacon at ringside.
Yeah, it's going to be a big education for all parties involved. But big hip attack near Robles.
Gets that hip attack, hooks the leg. Only gets a count of one, though.
And she's going to have to do more than that, and now using that strong lower body, that strong base within that body scissors.
Use that hashtag. Let us know what you think, as there is a body scissors applied here to Davienne. And she came back because she got those phone calls from Lauren St. James. And we saw one of them a while back where Lauren was practically in tears. And she came back to help. And I don't know if this is a ploy from Paris Vandale to try to make things up here to Lauren, or maybe try to put the screws to everybody. I don't know.
I don't know if there's just a level of fear now that Lauren St. James has a colleague. I don't know if she wants her back. I would love to know what's going through Paris Vandale's mind.
Maintaining wrist control, and quite frankly, maintaining control of this entire contest is Robles. And Davienne having a tough time figuring her out, because we know Davienne is one of the cornerstones here of New England independent professional wrestling. So she's been in there with a who's who, but he's having a tough time here.
Nahir took a long flight coming down into the mainland of the United States. And during that time, I know she spent time studying, preparing, thinking up a particular game plan, and attacking the core is a great idea to take away the power base of Davienne.
Davienne now, Irish whip, tries that right hand, catches her. No, reversal, abdominal stretch. She had been working the center part of the body, and now she's really going after it to try to get a submission.
The amount of control you need to be able to go up, be unsure about the positioning. There's a roll.
Count of two.
But to be unsure about the positioning on that reversal and be in the correct position for an abdominal stretch, which is a more technically sound maneuver than it gets credit for. Really well done by the young Robles.
Robles, Davienne, one-on-one here. Use that hashtag. Let us know what you think. And we talked about the women's division here at Wrestling Open. We saw Tiara James. We saw Ashley Vox. How about adding Davienne to the mix? I mean, you know, Nahir gets here when she can, being from Puerto Rico, but having Davienne around here, a hometown girl, that's huge.
It makes a big difference and really gives you a question about the growth of the division here at Wrestling Open. It's a place to be.
Makes the cover, but gets the shoulder up. Starting to show frustration.
And that's the youth in Robles, still under 100 matches during her short career thus far. Has a great education out in Puerto Rico. but it's very easy to get frustrated against an opponent of this caliber.
5 minutes have elapsed in the time limit. 5 minutes remain.
Here's a right hand. Forearm to the upper part of the chest. Ducks that shot. Gonna ripcord into a short arm clothesline. That was brutal.
Nahir trying to do everything in her power to get out the way of that arm, but the freight train came and took Robles straight down to the mat.
Big splash in the corner. Looking to follow it up with some huge strikes.
Big shot, Robles in danger.
And Davienne is fired up.
Might be thinking Irish whip here. Big shot and a miss.
Oh, right into that corner. And now Davienne looking to maybe follow it up with Davienne Your Life.
Nahir trying to get a gasp of air, but no!
Oh, big running drop kick into the steel post, as legal as it gets. Taking advantage, makes the cover. Out at 2.
Nahir Robles doing the right thing when being rolled out of that corner. Found a way to stay face down on the mat a little bit longer so a cover couldn't be executed. Davienne, the wily veteran, still on top on Robles.
Trying to jockey for position here. Sits out with the X Factor. This could be an upset. But Davienne hanging on just barely.
Nahir, that was her home run shot. That was her big haymaker. That was her violent punch. Now thinking about going for it again? No.
Clubbing shots to the back. Gonna sweep the legs out. Is she gonna go for that Boston Crab?
Oh, bad place to be.
It is cinched in.
Boston Crab, 45 minutes outside of Boston.
Davy is your winner.
The time of the fall, 7 minutes, 7 seconds.